Welcome back, everyone, to Bloodlords The Dead Ascend. It's been a little while since we last played, very sorry about that, but everyone is doing well now, and I'm very glad to hear that. So, giving a recap of what happened recently, since it has been a while, our group of lovely adventurers were initially hired by the local bloodlord Berlin Haldoli in order to examine the goings-ons at one of the local farms around your city of Graydirge, where what you uncovered was seemingly a poisoning plot that had been attempted by a group of people marked by wearing red cloaks with the symbol of a three-fingered hand upon it. Reporting your findings to the Bloodlord, you were rewarded with your own manor, which you have since cleaned out, made your own home, and made friends with the previous owner who just likes to sit there and paint. Beyond that, you also found a strange key in a hidden room in the back of your basement on a corpse that seemed to go to the lockboxes of the local bank, now abandoned for just over 2 years. And making your way in to begin examining the bank, as well as meeting with the Bloodlord, as well as Ordegar Stitchskull, leader of the Empty Threshold, the local Zonkuthon temple. You now know that it seems like, at the very least, a local gang called the Bone Shards might be in some way related to the poisoning plot. You have the location of their headquarters, but also having found some of these three-fingered hand members in the bank when you came to potentially do some looting, you decided to examine here a bit further first, managing to strike a vague deal with the Vault Guardian in order to return its missing eye to it in exchange for getting down here safely. You've also made a deal with the two granite statues, the guardian beasts that were placed down here after defeating them, in order to bring them home with you as additional guardians named Waldorf and Statler. And I'm still judging you for that.
I don't think I deserve that.
You did find what appeared to be an access point to an even lower level vault from where you are now. However, you have not been able to figure out how to open it. The walls seemingly covered with numerous ideas of what could be used to open it, but nothing successful. And you did meet a psychopomp that was trapped down here as well, who, when spoken to about it, directly stated not to try opening it yourselves. Something very bad lurks down there, and even thinking about it or trying to figure out how to open it could invite disaster upon you. You've opened a few of the vault rooms and found basically entirely empty lockboxes, devoid of any treasure or things you could take, until you made your way down into this final vault where you found a number of chests and crates, all open and emptied, aside from the single corpse down here that seemed to have a notebook talking about their daily life before seemingly having a map of what could be Graydirge above, and the chest, which has a label on it that, although part of it ripped off, still reads the word Sallows. Sallows. Today we pick our story back up as you guys are finishing up looking around in this vault down here on the bottom right of the overall vaults. There are a few still unopened doors that you have not unlocked. There was one you heard what sounded like moaning coming from within, but the floor is yours on what you all would like to do from here on.
Didn't we also kidnap some bird friends?
Yeah, I mentioned that. You named them Statler
Okay.
and Waldorf.
Ah.
You've got to take them up with you when you leave, but you've got them. So, what would you like to do?
Oh, we have this door here we haven't gone through.
Yeah. I'll guess I'll move over to that door then.
Okay. There's still that same skull in the wall inset next to that. If you insert the key, it will become a lever to open the door for you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just insert the key then.
Sure. Unlike the other doors you've unlocked and opened, this one actually does something when you insert the key. As you place the key into the open skull's mouth and turn it, you see the skull's eyes begin to glow with a sort of very faint green light. And all of you hear a voice growl out, "On what is greatness built?"
On what is greatness built?
Mm-hmm.
I'll look back at the rest of the party.
Is this a popular saying in this region?
Give me a recall knowledge check.
Okay.
And anyone can give me that check if they'd like.
That button is on the basic action. Aha.
Okay. Did you want to roll it as well, Philip, or no?
Yes, I'll do that as well, sorry.
I have missed Philip.
Philip has missed you too.
Has he? Has he been depressed?
Multiple things can be true.
Sleeping very well for the last few weeks. Interestingly enough, Philip, you are actually the one person to recognize the phrase.
Oh?
You haven't really heard it frequently before, but just on occasion you have, and you recognize it as a phrase used by certain members of the Builders League. And the response typically given is death and secrets.
Then I will give that response.
That's
Death and secrets.
close enough to what I was gonna guess.
Are you gonna say death and taxes?
That was my second thought. My first thought was the bodies of the dead.
As you respond, Philip, once more you hear the voice reply, "The work is never done." And then the door itself sort of glows that same green light in the skull's eyes for a faint moment before both fade and the lever protrudes from the wall as normal to open it.
I guess I'll look at the lever and then look at the rest of my party and just kind of shrug.
You're the zekiest. Also, I can't see the lever.
Azrael's holding the light, I can't see.
My light source is deciding to stand in the corner.
I forgot you were blind and crippled.
Yeah, I will pull the lever.
Okay. As you pull the lever with an audible clanking sound, the door unlocks. Chunk.
Excuse you, I'm only dead, not dead plus.
And I'll push open the door. Well,
Okay.
I'll check for traps first.
Going through all of this and only now checking for traps? Go for it.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, you don't want to get cut in half? It looked so much fun earlier.
Blind perception?
Of course. As far as you can tell, the door does not seem to be trapped. You see no tripwires, no gaps in the ceiling that could denote another scythe coming out to kill you. Seems safe.
All right. I will open the door.
Ta-da! It's another empty vault. Just like the previous ones, heavy lockboxes line the wall. All of them you can see are open. You don't see any of them have anything in them. However, differently to the other vaults, you can hear a faint humming of energy within this area.
Do I hear where it's coming from?
It seems to be permeating the entire room, but as you're listening in, you notice right around the center of the room what appears to be very faint green flames begin to seemingly appear. Only around about like a 2-foot square segment in the floor.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
As you look at these sort of almost illusory flames, they're very transparent. It's hard to even make out that they're there. After a moment, that segment of the ground that they're surrounding slowly sinks and slides aside, revealing a small compartment in the floor.
Step up to the compartment.
Okay. Inside it, you can see what appears to be an iron tube. Silver skulls capping either end of it. Very clearly a scroll case.
Anything trapped?
You're so paranoid. Give me a perception
I
check.
really am. I should also probably put myself right here, next to the scroll case if I'm doing this. Shan't
Philip,
want to cheat thee.
you're never gonna believe this.
Holy shit, it's trapped. It's so trapped. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
As far as you can tell, yeah, it's definitely not trapped.
Dear God. I'll grab the scroll case.
Okay.
It's not trapped.
Your hand is chopped off.
Damn!
I'm just killing. It's fine. The scroll case is in your hands.
I figured. You are a consummate prankster.
I try. I have to keep it interesting, you know?
Of course.
Alright. You have a scroll case.
I'll pass it to Requiem.
Okay.
Do you know what this is a scroll of?
Bold of you
Yeah,
to
well-
assume there's something in the case.
So you're gonna say inside Requiem.
Well, I'm assuming that when you open the case, it explodes and kills whoever's holding it. So I'm helping you out, Mr. Jerry.
Ah, I see. Thank you. Taking it, Requiem will twist one of the skulls, which kind of pops off, and she'll lightly tilt it, and a scroll does come out of it. And she'll take a couple minutes to read it. As far as I can tell, this appears to be the official ownership document between the Builders League and Tax Collectors Union. On the monumentous occasion of the foundation of Graydirge Bank, it seems that the Builders League gave full right and ownership to the bank upon completion of the site to the tax collectors, and the Builders League authority regarding all matters concerning the bank is second to the tax collectors. Interesting.
So the tax collectors just control everything.
Ah, wait, here, there's an additional clause at the end. If the tax collectors fail to continuously operate the bank for a period of a year and a day, the Builders League will revert to full control over the building.
And how long has this building been occupied?
It's been just over 2 years since the building was abandoned.
Okay, so they've defaulted.
Yes.
Question: do we know why the building was abandoned?
It was something with the celebrants.
Hmm.
You guys did do some research on it. It was very much that the tax collectors union and the celebrants had a number of legal disputes over things, and ostensibly to consolidate power for Geb himself, the tax collectors union transferred their holdings from the bank to Mekatar. The celebrants really were just trying to piss off the union and mess with them, and the bank was their grounds for doing so. But you guys seem to now have a legal document that states at this point in time the Builders League is in ownership of the bank and not the tax collectors union. Should they attempt to argue that point at any point?
Who was the previous owner of our mansion?
A guy named Kalak, painter.
Do we know anything about him?
You know he was a painter. You know he's in your living room.
No,
Is
I
it
know,
called a
but
dead
like,
room in Geb?
Probably.
more of the question: do we know what he used to do? What
Hey.
faction he belonged to?
As you do not know if he was a part of any of the factions. You
Okay.
were never required to join one of the Great Factions, or any of the lower factions for that matter.
It was just a question.
The lower factions owe loyalties to the higher factions, or are they just like smaller parties?
They're just smaller parties, and they even do their best to become great factions. You would all be very aware that at this point in time, the Carter's Consortium is a current lower faction, but used to be one of the great factions.
Oh,
Their leaders were secret worshippers of Pharasma, and that got exposed
Oops.
by rivals.
that's
Oops.
a
Oh,
big secret to keep.
But at this point, they are still a very strong lower faction and have been sort of rebuilding their power to great faction status.
I'm sure the celebrants are pretty new.
Yes, the Celebrants are the newest of the great factions, but have a lot of power already because they have so much of the Urgathoan Church in their employ, however you want to pronounce it. Ugh. So, I do believe as well. Yes, one of the things I forgot to mention at the beginning of the session in the recap, when you were speaking with Waldorf and Statler after giving them names, one of them did mention that the bank manager apparently had a secret vault to the south as well.
Like, isn't in the building, or?
Like, where you guys are standing.
Hmm.
We have another room to look through.
You do
Okay.
have the moaning
Very
room to look through, yes.
And we can search this wall for any doors. Any secret doors on this wall or the back walls of these rooms?
Give me that perception check. Yeah, it was somewhat pointed out to you. It's not difficult to find when you're taking a look. Right around here, there is a very small lever hidden into the wall.
Philip.
God, why am I always? I know why I'm always.
You have the highest AC, that's why.
I'll head
If
up
you die,
next
we
to
get to sell your
Azrael.
liver.
I think Azrael was talking about the lever in this wall.
It's over there.
Oh, my bad. I will. I'll look back at Azrael.
Thumbs
sure?
up.
All right. Much like Kronk, I will pull the lever.
As you pull the lever down, in complete silence, a little bit of dust moves and a section of the wall, about the size of a little bit smaller than a regular door, slides down into the floor. And reveals 2 more doors with skull keyholes. And these ones, I want to specify, have much larger doors, in the same vein as the ones up north, one of which was empty, the other had the psychopomp trapped within. These are the full double doors on these vaults compared to the single doors on most of the rest.
I'll beckon the rest of the party to follow me. And I think I'll check out this door first.
Okay. Now, these should be locked, I should specify that. They do need to be unlocked.
Quickly, unlock it.
Are you unlocking it?
Am I?
Are you?
Are there traps?
It does not appear to be trapped.
Then yes.
Ka-chow.
What role is that? Unlock thievery?
You have the key. You can see the skulls in the wall. These doors both have them. That you can literally just stick the key in
21.
and unlock it. Why are you trying to pick the lock?
I'm not. This is a 21 to do the thing.
To do what?
Okay, I'll head down here and I'll put the key in the thing.
Okay, you stick the key in, it becomes a lever, and you pull the lever, and guess what? It unlocks the door.
Okay,
Pull the lever, Kronk!
I open the door.
You fool!
Fuck, not the bone room.
You absolute dingus!
God, I hate it when I get bone roomed.
As you open the
It
door,
was immediate too.
it pulls open towards you, and a veritable flood of bones comes flying out of the room. No, don't close that door. You leave that open and suffer.
Oh my god, it's so many bones.
There's so many. It's quite
you
literally was
close
filled
shit.
to bursting of bones.
This is just the multiplying Harry Potter goblet. You're dead now.
Yep.
Zuka and Philip, please give me a reflex save.
Zuka, no.
Or
Motherfucker.
get crushed by bones. That is a failure for both of you. You have hero points if you'd like.
I don't think I want to use them though.
You've got a plus 10.
I guess I'll use one for right now.
You fucking fool. Oh no.
That's a free hero point
No,
back.
Philip.
Philip, no.
Philip's dead.
Zuka takes a regular failure.
Drowns in bones.
Get your hero point, Philip. It will be important. So Zuka's gonna take full damage here. Philip's gonna take double damage. Remember when we said I wanted to kill someone today?
I'm okay.
That's 23 damage that you will take doubled, Philip.
I am
rolled
just
one
barely
higher, you would have died.
not insta-killed
Wow.
Wow.
by 1 point.
Boy, one.
That was 2d10 rolled, and they both rolled a 5. I rolled one below average on those dice.
On average, you died there.
Yeah. You got so insanely lucky, Philip. Zuka's also dying. The rest of you watch as Philip opens the door with a smile on his face and gets body slammed into the next door by a wall of bones. bones.
Mr. Jericho,
Yes.
am I allowed one thing before the bones hit me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I open the door, smiling. I look at the bones and I go, bones.
You all
That's all.
have that like half second of wondering what does he mean by bones? Bones? What? And then it well, I'd say it
And then it
hits
hits
you,
you.
but it more hits Philip.
I like how we made the same joke.
I do. Go us.
It's just there's a new wall, and Philip is against both of them.
It's a pile. You could walk on it. It's difficult terrain at this point. But there's a lot of bones. Whoever filled this vault with bones, I have questions for them.
Obviously,
you
it's just
want
a
the
hole in
answers?
the ceiling.
You
It's
know,
like a
kinda
crab
want
tank
them.
on a fishing boat. They just dump them through the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah. I do kind of
Sometimes
actually
they're-
want the answers, though. Like, who and why, and for what reason?
Bones, bones, bones.
Well, Jacob, you're the light sword. Just go
You're
over this. So we
right, yeah.
I will equip. I will. I guess heal the snake and then equip the
Okay.
snake.
Requiem will Undeath's Blessing on Philip and then harm him.
Can't harm me more than the bones have.
And Undeath's Blessing gives you a +2 status bonus.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hey, 7 hit points.
That is not what you're healing, Philip. That is what Zuka's healing. I'm rolling your
Hey, no hit points.
You heal 18, Philip.
Hey, 20 hit
Hey.
points.
No, 18. I rolled I put the +2 on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Hey.
I can gain. Well, I hope you guys are proud of yourselves. There's lots of bones.
Bones.
Are they all humanoid?
Yes.
I'll look at the
Actually,
rest of the party.
give me a medicine check.
I would
I'll look up
agree.
at Requiem as she stands above me. Still not as bad as some of the shit I've done.
Any circumstance bonuses for being an undead like worker?
No.
No. What's the
Sad.
name of that?
You're just
A reanimator. That was the title.
Good job. No, it's just bones, and you're looking around to see if there's any non-humanoid bones.
Status bonus for
No, this will be
bone
public.
job.
Did Zuka disappear?
Yes, it's been equipped.
Zuka died.
I will re-roll out the hero.
Okay.
Okay, classic.
Those are some humanoid bones right there, my guy.
All right.
As you're like taking some time to look through them, though, and kind of like digging through the bones, looking for anything that might not be a bone, you do end up finding what appears to be a small steel chest.
Oh.
Not really hidden, just as you're spending time digging through all the bones, you find them.
Interesting. I'll drag it out and fill up.
1 second. Just give me 5 seconds to catch my breath. Okay, what's up?
Does the key fit in this one as well?
There's no
I
keyhole
will-
on this chest.
Oh.
I will inspect the chest.
The chest is pretty plain, and what at first you thought was steel, you actually realize is silver,
Oh.
and is maybe like 2 feet long, a foot wide, a foot deep. It's not huge.
Is it hollow?
Yes, as far as you can tell.
Is it magical?
Does someone have read aura in the party?
I think Requiem does?
Requiem does. It is not magical. Just nicely made.
I do as well.
The chest is non-magical, or what's inside of it?
The chest is not magical. It has not been opened yet.
Okay. Is it locked in a? Is it locked?
It has a latch, but you don't see any lock on it.
Can we just open it?
Yeah?
I'll push it open.
Okay. First,
reflex saving throw?
no, I'm not that mean. I wouldn't put 2 traps right after the other. Believe it or not, I am a somewhat decent person. As you open it, the first thing you notice is that the opening of the chest is lined with teeth. And then the interior of the chest seems to be lined with red velvet. So overall, the chest itself probably worth a decent amount, in all honesty. But you can see what appears to be a small sack in there, as well as a pretty well-crafted morning star, though forged in the shape of a spiked human skull. And you can see that it actually appears to be coated in a alloy of something that's a little bit darker than regular iron.
Is this in the iconography of Asmodeus?
It is not.
Okay.
It does not appear to have any religious iconography, mostly just it was forged to look that way.
Okay, because I mean, he's got like the bone mace thing he likes to do.
And the sack itself looks to just have a bunch of silver coins in it.
All right.
Well, they were very on theme with the color.
Yeah.
The Morningstar is a clump. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep. I have dropped all those items in the party stash. You can... it would be crafting to try and identify the type of metal that is coating the Morningstar.
Sure.
If you guys wanted to spend that time to do so. You do also have a couple items that have not been identified. I don't know if you want to do that now or do that later. You might have also done all your other identifies attempts for today. At this point, it has been a while. I'm not entirely certain.
I don't remember if we have or not.
Let's just say no on the rest. No,
That sounds
as in
safe.
no making attempts to identify them again today.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But you may attempt to identify the Morningstar if you would like.
Sure. I'll make a crafting check real quick.
Okay.
Blind?
Yes. Because this does fall under identify. It's easy enough for you to identify. It's pretty low-grade cold iron that has been alloyed over this Morningstar.
Gotcha.
I do want to post in chat. Just the picture of it is fantastic.
Yo. That does look pretty cool.
Right? But it is... The cold iron itself, while not necessarily high quality, does still have effectiveness, and on its own, makes the Morningstar worth a pretty chunk of change. Roughly a little over 40 gold at full value.
It's not bad. After digging myself out and sitting for a hot second, I think I'll turn to this door and try to see what's behind it, what's in it.
Yeah.
Traps, anything.
Go for it. And by the way, this took like 5-10 minutes for Azriel to actually look around to see if she could identify any bones, and Philip, then it was another 10 minutes for you to identify after that. So other people could definitely be doing stuff during that time if they would like. As you are checking the next door, Philip, you don't notice any traps or anything either on it. You get the sense that none of the doors down here are really trapped, just by, they all have a pretty strong locking mechanism. They're pretty hard to open in the first place, so they don't really seem like they need to be trapped.
Gotcha.
And you're not entirely sure the bones falling on you was purposeful. Whoever filled that room with bones just filled it with too many bones.
Happens to the best of us.
Too much bone.
Too much
Sometimes it's too much bone.
bone. Yeah. Drag and Azrael, during all that time, anything in particular the two of you would like to do?
That took how many minutes?
In total, it's been like 15 minutes or so.
I would like to do a treat wounds on Tsuga.
Okay.
Must select the target. Okay.
Yeah, target.
But I don't know what to do.
You don't have anything in particular you want to do during that time frame?
I don't really know what to do.
That was almost a nat 1.
Why did you treat poison, Azrael?
Because it's right next to it.
You fool.
Stab the snake.
Hey, 10 health back. Very nice.
What? Thank you.
There you
Andre.
go. All right. Well, as far as you can tell, Philip, this last door is unlocked. Or is locked but untrapped. I cannot speak.
Alright. Guess I will head to that final door. Oh, sorry, I will open that final door.
Ka-chunk.
And then I'll open it.
Are you sure? Oh, he did it. All right. Trigger's been pulled. It looks to be like a disheveled combination of office and living space. Nicer than where you used to live, for sure, Philip. But at the same time, man, whoever lived here needs to learn what organization is. You can see a really nice-looking bed in the corner, dusty shelves and tables against the walls. Most of the surfaces in here are covered in scrolls and journals. Even the floor. You see a number of glass jars, metal flasks, ink vials, collection of belt pouches around, a bunch of just kind of detritus scattered about this room.
Gotcha. I'll start looking around through the scrolls that seem to be scattered all over the place.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely more than welcome to be in, start skimming through everything in the room.
Do you want me to make any kind of roll for that?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
I'd like to hear what everyone else is doing first.
Just looking about, seeing if anything is
Mhm.
of note.
Okay. Same for you, Azrael?
Just investigating. Looking around.
All right. Go ahead and give me perception checks, Azrael and Drag. Philip, go ahead and give me a society check. Yours can be public.
Society.
I wonder what you rolled, Azrael. Could be anything.
Good job, Philip.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm very proud of
You
myself.
know, it could be though, because I've seen that lie.
That's true.
What? What is that lied?
Many times.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
The streak only lies because it does not calculate recall knowledge rolls in. Okay. Azrael and Drag, you begin looking around, trying to start gathering up sort of the most important looking things in the room. As Philip, you take a minute to start flipping through a couple of the books and unraveling some of the scrolls to look at in the room as you're doing so.
Society.
Yeah, you rolled Society.
You live in a society.
Me
Shut
with
up.
society.
As you are getting absorbed into beginning reading the documents, though...
A document about what?
The society.
Society. That's it.
We'll get to that. The first document you're looking at here, Philip, seems to be general notes on the day-to-day operations of the Tax Collectors Union.
Okay.
After about 40 seconds of you reading it, though, this happens pretty quick. You haven't even really had the time to settle into looking through it. You all hear a slight sound, and then... as...
Not the bone snake!
Out of the ceiling, a pretty large snake made out of bones, larger than Zuka, just vertebra by vertebra, rib by rib, falls into a perfect little spiral on the floor and hisses at you all.
Quick question
I would like
for
everyone to roll initiative, please.
Before we do that, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Gun?
Gun.
Gun.
Is your gun out?
Yes.
Okay. Gun.
Gun. Gun.
All right. Drag initiative, please.
Sorry.
All right. The bone snake is up first. It is going to use... Yeah. With a 28 on its initiative.
Oh, Zuka.
Not Zuka.
Aww.
This bone snake. With a non-snake head attached.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It is going to begin swaying as it collects itself, sort of undulating, the bones clattering in an almost hypnotic rhythm. I need everyone to give me a will save, please.
Oh. Hey!
Wow.
Hey!
All right, Requiem's just
Requiem.
unaffected.
Requiem is fucking balling.
And a success for everyone else. Phenomenal. Although you make your saves, it is still pretty unnerving, if we're being honest. You're not exactly sure why, but something about it just kind of grates your organs together if you have them. If not, it just grates your bones together. And you all are off guard.
And it's rattling my bones.
Unfortunately, that is a 3-action ability, so Philip, you're up.
Wow.
Yeah, well, if you failed it, you'd be stunned.
Alrighty. We're gonna have some fun here.
Let's not.
First action.
Mm-hmm.
The Glock.
It's a very long Glock. That will not get
Second action. Conjure bullet.
Okay.
Third action. The Glock. A second time.
Round 2.
Electric.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Do I hit the critical button, right?
Yeah. That's a lot of damage! And it takes it all. Gun just
That's my turn.
goes... The first
Gun
shot
go burr.
goes in an eye hole, one of the empty eye sockets, and out the back where the bone hasn't, seems to be broken. The second one goes in the other eye socket and explodes.
Gun go burr.
Asriel.
Magic gun.
Gun go burr.
Divine Lance. I forgot this is the Divine Lance group.
This is the gun party.
That's a hit.
Full metal.
We have magic gun. Shut up.
Full metal alchemist.
Unfortunately, Asriel, as you try and pin the magic at it, the magic does not go off.
No, it
You
doesn't have a
recognize-
soul.
You recognize that this appears to be a construct of some sort. And does not have a soul.
Zuka, kill him.
Do you have any idea how rude that is? We have snake on snake, bone on bone action here.
Bone on bone action.
Zuka fails.
Aw.
Oof. Unfortunate. Drag, that'll bring us to you.
Well, you see, there's
Could
this
I have
nice
ended
little,
Zuka's move here instead on the desk?
this nice little snake
I suppose.
right here in front of me.
Yeah, there is. What you gonna do about it?
Not do that because I don't have enough of that thing.
You could have refocused earlier if you wanted to.
No,
I meant to ask.
we flints.
We flens, okay.
We flints.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
That is a 2.
That is definitely not a hit. You may
That
hit
is-
one if you'd like, though.
That is a 2. That is better.
Is an 18. That will hit because you are flanking with Zuka.
Good snake.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your 2d6
We
slashing
flens!
damage. As you begin sawing into the bones with your magic. And unlike other skeletons, this one appears to be taking the entirety of the damage. Strange.
We flints.
Not a real skeleton.
It's a construct. And you've got one action left to drag.
I didn't think this far. Bubble of nope.
You know what? Fair. Alright. That will bring us to Requiem's turn, who is going to stride over here, I guess, so that there's no cover, and hit the needle darts, I guess, on it. Game, I'm not supposed to roll well when I'm playing as someone else's character. I'm supposed to roll well as the NPCs. Get it together. Alright. That will bring us back to the snake's turn, as it has been bombarded by attacks. The question is, who do I wish to attack? I have so many options. And the first target will be Drag. We're gonna bite you, believe it or not.
Not the
Solid.
teeths.
The Teefs for 4 damage. Hot dog.
Ow.
And next target, the other bones. Actually, no, the other target's Philip. Philip,
Not the
die.
me.
Oh goodness, I really am trying to kill Philip today.
Not the me.
That's 16 damage to you, Philip.
I'm living.
And could you give me a fortitude save as the paralytic bite in the creature's jaws begins to work its way through your system?
Okay. a failure.
Unfortunately, on a failure, you are paralyzed.
But I don't. It's not a crit fail.
That is correct. It was not a crit fail. This was also not a basic save. Particular, so you weren't sure how bad the effect would be on a crit fail. Now for its third trick, it's gonna bite Asriel. We got Philip on the verge of death. That's what we care about.
Thanks. Mr.
Okay, game.
Okay.
That's 22 damage to you, Asriel.
Ow.
I said deadly fight today.
Apparently.
And Philip, that'll bring us to your turn. At the end of the construct's turn, everyone who is off guard to its hypnotic dance loses their off guard condition. However, Philip, you are unfortunately paralyzed, so all you may do is recall knowledge or things like seek. Or no, you cannot seek. Recall knowledge is your only option. Or curse at me in your mind. What would you like to know with your first check?
High save, low save?
You have no clue.
Any weaknesses? Any vulnerabilities?
Yeah. As far as you can tell, at the end of the day, it is still bones. Bludgeoning, probably going to kill it.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, though, doesn't seem to have any resistances.
Cool. Third action. Swear at you.
That's so rude.
Go fuck yourself.
That's even ruder. At the end of your turn, you may make another save, if you would like.
Happily.
To try and overcome it. Unfortunately, you are still paralyzed. And the listed DC there, not that you can see it, is actually incorrect. Thankfully, this paralysis has a bonus effect that for each save you attempt, the DC cumulatively decreases.
That's neat.
That's nice.
So the DC is now 2 lower for you. And Azrael, you're up.
I have one action, draw my mundane Mace of Orcus. And then I'm going to hit it.
If I could speak, I would have passed on the tip about bludgeoning. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't. Yeah, Zuka, kill him.
Who is a superior snake? Oh, Zuka's
Zuka.
doing work right now.
Our snake is better.
Yeah.
1,000,000% our
One,
snake.
one of these days, we're gonna be fighting one of these things, and we're gonna have to figure out the logistics of just picking the damn thing up and eating it.
Don't,
I guess
please.
this
I'm down to
would have
do
been
that
the time
now.
to use the
Let's
skeleton
not.
constrictor support benefit. But I missed, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Well, then Zuka can make another attack if you don't want to do that, because your support benefit only lasts till the start of your next turn.
No, because I would have done it first.
Okay. Then Drag, we're up to you.
I don't like that. That's
Are you sure you would like to Divine Lance it?
It doesn't have a soul.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, I zoned a little bit. I will not. No, so I'm not that stupid. I don't have a focus. Stick. Where's stick? There's stick.
Hit hard.
Go, bonk.
Stick should be in one hand. Why is stick not in one hand?
I don't know.
Oh, because I had to drop it in one of these combats for some reason.
You don't want to just hit it with your tail? Which is objectively a better melee weapon than your staff.
It is one better. Well, I didn't know that because the stick wasn't equipped.
Game harder. Fool.
Gaming harder. Tail.
Oh.
It's that's still a 3.
Yeah. That's just checks out.
You know what? The first attack missed. So the second attack
Is also
clearly
nice.
will hit.
Oh damn, alright. Nice.
When I have a penalty, it'll clearly hit.
10 points of damage to it after weakness application. It's still standing, but it's got like massive cracks running through its entire form now.
Bubble.
That brings us to Requiem. I suppose Requiem will electric arc it, so it has to make a save instead of rolling to attack.
Nice.
It'll fail. With a plus 11, it rolls a 4.
Ah.
You know what? I got 2 nat 20s to attack. I can't complain. What am I doing complaining?
Damn near one-shot me.
That will be absolutely enough to end the snake construct, shattering it into a bunch of pieces as the combat comes to a close. And Philip is still paralyzed for another couple seconds.
Just sitting here.
Tail smack. Pop, pop. Wake up, Philip!
Wake me up inside.
Pop, pop.
Shut up!
Wake up, Philip!
I think tree condition takes like a feat or something. I don't think it's something I can just do, right?
Treating condition specifically?
Yeah.
There are abilities that let you do it. Something like paralyzed does not have an inherent way to treat it.
I think that's like the medic feat or something lets you do it. I don't have that dedication.
Yeah. Normally, you can administer first aid to stop bleeding and to stabilize. You can also treat poison and disease outside of combat, as well as treat wounds.
Oh,
well,
wait. I can treat his wounds while we're waiting.
Yeah. What, Philip?
Sorry for not waking you up, Mr. Jericho.
Do we
waking
want
you
to
up inside?
Take like an hour or
Save
something
me.
and just heal everyone?
If you guys want, you could take a couple hours here, heal up, read through the documents in here, because there's a lot.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, yeah. Do we heal to full?
If you guys are taking that time, you absolutely may heal to full.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
You guys can pop yourselves back up to full, rest for a bit, read through the documentation, which has a lot of sort of the general surface level information you guys realize about a couple of the Great Factions. Sort of their interests, goals, rivalries. I'm happy to give you guys the general rundown of information if you would like, or you can just know that you have that information to call on later if needed. Let's just go over some of the basics, shall we? For everyone. There are, of course, 5 great factions in Geb. The Builders League, which is the most traditional of the great factions. It's responsible for Geb's architecture, civic improvements, public works, any project occurring anywhere in Geb, whether new construction or the expansion or demolition of an older building, must be approved in advance of the Builders League and thoroughly inspected afterwards. And the Builders League is known to wield its approval or rejection like a weapon. Sometimes like a slender knife, they'll subtly modify or redact plans to further their own agenda. Sometimes they wield it like a sledgehammer, just blatantly banning construction projects in an entire settlement for no other reason than to show their disapproval of some local authority. That's very much something that has happened with Berlin Haldoli, you all are aware of, and why Bloodlord's Grace has been built outside of Graydirge's wall. She has been consistently denied expanding Graydirge officially for a long time. The Builders League does specialize in buildings of occult significance and is believed to harbor countless very old secrets in their holdings across Geb, but they pretty constantly upgrade various places with secret passages, false doors, hidden rooms, traps, underground vaults, in order to protect their accumulated knowledge. So, the Builders League tends to rely on the reanimators for their cheap, heavy labor, but while they respect and almost obsess over occult knowledge and significant secrets, that does not expend to them having respect for outsiders who possess such things. Instead, the League would more often than not see those people as targets over anything else. They do have a pretty strained relation with the Export Guild, since they really can't stand the idea of foreign agents prying around Geb, and they know that many spies operate under the guise of merchants and traders. And for the Builders League, money is more of a means to an end. They believe true wealth lies in the possession of exclusive knowledge. They are a primarily undead faction with few quick amongst their numbers. That does it pretty much for the Builders League. They are headquartered in Lead, specifically. And they are best allies with the Reanimators, most enemies with the Export Guild, specifically. The Celebrants, the most recent faction to rise from lower faction to Great Faction in Geb, and due entirely to Geb's recent return to political view. Or public view, I apologize. The Celebrants honor their ruler and his victories with immense processions, these extravagant ceremonies, gruesome feasts, tournaments, public holidays. Most Celebrants are priests of Urgathoa. Their devotion to a goddess of gluttony and undeath very evident in their macabre and frenzied festivities that they're constantly putting on. I haven't really described them happening in Graydirge, but they're happening there too. These public events have gotten to the point where they're so commonplace, it's pretty much impossible to visit any sizable settlement in Geb on any given day without seeing some form of parade, feast, ceremony, speech, or some other celebration of Geb's greatness. It gets a little much at times. Just make sure you don't say that. That's heresy. The Celebrants do have a mandate that grants them complete autonomy to draw on the coffers of the Tax Collectors Union and to fund their events, and they do not hesitate to use that arrangement. So I'll give you a guess what faction hates them most. Not the Tax Collectors Union, surprisingly enough. While they're not necessarily on good terms with the Tax Collectors Union because of their liberal use of their wealth, more often than not, the Celebrants are enemies with the Builders League and those who keep secrets from them. The Celebrants are very much the propaganda machine of Geb. So, they do have a number of secret operations, very much headquartered within the Cathedral of the Epiphenomena in Mekatar, and they just basically do whatever they want. They have an arrangement with the Export Guild to occasionally receive quote-unquote correspondence from the Inner Sea in the form of well-traveled captives that they invite to dine with them and invite them to share everything they know about life beyond Geb's borders, that they then twist to the outside world to ensure the vast public perceives people outside of Geb as uncultured, weak, unworthy. Unless they've got a profitable arrangement with Geb, those are naturally presented as the result of clever negotiations on the part of Bloodlords. And from time to time, they also have been known to tarnish the reputation of specific Bloodlords or even other great factions if necessary. So, getting on the bad side of the Celebrants is very much a very quick ticket to getting yourself executed or turned into a mindless slave of the state. But if you don't get on their bad side, honestly, you really don't have anything to worry about them. They're just fine to be around. Third is the Export Guild, the foreign trade of Geb, also handling all imports from other countries despite its name. Most of their members are younger, less traditional than some of the other great factions, but they are filled with staunch loyalists and nationalists. In their minds, going against Geb's traditions is a good thing if doing so helps Geb extend its international reach or solidify its economic or political power. While they inevitably prioritize their own oftentimes selfish interests in many of their dealings, Export Guild members do frequently consider the costs and benefits to Geb as a whole in their decisions. They are typically operating primarily out of Mekatar. The awesome harbor there is their headquarters. They are considered allies with the Celebrants, interestingly enough, even though the Celebrants have some problems with them on occasion. I got that wrong. I'm reading from my notes and I can't even talk right. They're not on good terms with the Builders League, but they are on very good terms with the Celebrants. And they are oftentimes the ones that are going to have the largest insight into what is going on outside of Geb. They have a sort of a complicated relationship with the Reanimators. The latter's ostentatious necromancy, they believe, hurts Geb's image amongst other nations. But they do recognize that it is very necessary for most of Geb's workforce, including the ones that they use in their workforce. They have been encouraging the Reanimators to find ways to move food production out of sight of Geb's busiest cities, or perhaps even underground if possible. But funding that sort of infrastructure would involve the Builders League, the Celebrants, and the Tax Collectors Union, so trying to get all 5 of Geb's great factions in this single large-scale issue, the planning's taking decades at best. So not likely to happen anytime soon. And, of course, for a variety of reasons, some of the great factions have buried this project in an overwhelming tide of bureaucratic red tape. So, past that, the Reanimators, a faction near and dear to most of your hearts, I believe. Most Bloodlords, and some of the other factions even, sort of view the Reanimators as the least desirable of the great factions, since they are the ones who raise the dead to work Geb's farms. However, no one who's at least moderately intelligent questions their importance to Geb, nor do they question the fact that the Reanimators are amongst the strongest necromancers in the entire country. They don't frequently wield it outside of their established responsibilities, but most Bloodlords recognize that the Reanimators control untold numbers of mindless undead spread across the countryside, and that could be a problem. If they, one day decide to use their workforce for something beyond farming. Not talked about, but is often at the back of the other faction leaders' minds when they think of the Reanimators. So, most of the Bloodlords who align themselves with the Reanimators actually only serve the faction in a more administrative capacity, very infrequently acting as actual corpse tenders for them. Very few people in the Reanimators are actually engaging in necromantic animation on a daily basis. They have a small number of officers whose primary responsibility is to do that. Another small group of people that their responsibility is to enforce the dead law requiring anyone who dies on Geb soil to be reanimated as an undead to serve the state. They are informally called the Dead Solicitors, so they're also the ones you've got to watch out for. They're the ones who keep out sight for any signs of the use or presence of positive energy. Vitality, I apologize, as its new term is. And they're authorized to stamp that out using any means necessary if they like. So, the Reanimators are very a region control sort of organization with their policy. They do heavily resent the Tax Collectors Union, who levy pretty heavy taxes on crop shipments, tend to show disdain for the Reanimators' quote-unquote dirty work of raising zombies and growing food. But they're on good terms with the Export Guild. They work with them to ensure that an uninterrupted stream of crop shipments and wealth passes through Geb's harbors because of that. Last but not least, everyone's favorite, the Taxman, the Tax Collectors Union, the worst faction. And, in most nations, some of the wealthiest individuals are amongst the oldest families in the region. Welcome to Geb. Take that and just... yes, that's how it functions. Many members of these powerful families are more or less immortal, and since they have no incentive to squander their fortunes in their later years or divide family assets amongst squabbling offspring, they can just collect money forever. And so, the leaders of the Tax Collectors Union are unfathomably rich, which is kind of wild. The Tax Collectors Union likes to keep it that way, too, so several prominent aristocrats and bankers make up the upper echelons of the Tax Collectors Union. Most of the faction's other members are parts of their extended families, their employees, or both, so nepotism is the norm in the Tax Collectors Unions. Don't you love it even more? Exorbitant bribes aren't just accepted, but expected, and for them, tradition and the status quo is sacred. They are the ones who most, more than anyone else, work to prevent drastic shifts in Geb's power balance between the factions. So they're very alarmed over the recent rise of the Celebrants, though not necessarily considered enemies with them at the moment. They're more so just irritated by them and their flaunting of wealth. They are very much people who view others displaying wealth from outside the Union as threats to their economic superiority. So...
Not the economic superiority complex.
Not the economic superiority. They're also so paranoid that if anyone does rise to prominence in Geb outside the ranks of the Bloodlords, they will keep a extraordinarily close eye on not the people that are rising to prominence, but their money. Just paranoid that anyone making a name for themselves is after their money.
Is that a thing that happens often?
No. But when it does happen, they always think they're doing it for their money. Or like their ancient titles, or both. But yeah, they 100% think they're the most superior because of their money. And how old they are. They are on best terms with the Builders League, since they are both sort of the most traditional factions here in Geb. They also really like that the League is really good at creating hidden, impenetrable vaults for the most part.
Keeps their money safe.
Exactly. In all honesty, you all would likely think this way. Most people outside of the builders of the Tax Collectors Union tend to view the tax collectors as out of touch.
They're just boomers.
Yeah. Hoarding all the wealth?
Rich, immortal boomers. What horror.
Just
the Union...
Bezos, he was a zombie.
They do have their central headquarters at the Venerated Vaults, a central bank in Mekatar. But most Union leaders are too paranoid or too proud to deposit their personal assets there. They just keep it themselves and use the banks to control other people's wealth.
Lovely.
Yeah. So those are the 5 great factions. That sort of general information is what is within these scrolls, with the vast majority of the notes being on the Tax Collectors, the Builders League, and the Celebrants. You realize that this room was very much the sort of personal space of the bank manager upstairs. You also get the sense, especially based off of your role earlier, Philip, that she was a crazy conspiracy theorist. There's not really a better way to put it. The writings are vague, disorganized, often contradictory. She continuously rambles about these unproven links between the great factions. You know, the Builders League is connected with strange insectoid creatures from deep below the surface. Multiple factions are secretly controlled by Pharasman dissidents. That one was actually right for some, but she states facts and assumptions that are very clearly inaccurate in here, and draws a number of conclusions that prove even some of her other previous written theories wrong, but just doesn't talk about it. You do find the most recent writing of hers, it seems, is a plan detailing her goal to take advantage of what she'd ascertained with her research. She was obsessed with finding some sort of secret contract about the bank's founding. I wonder if you're holding said contract.
I don't think I am. I think we need to keep looking for it.
I think you do, yeah. But she apparently contacted the Builders League, trying to conceal her efforts from the Tax Collectors Union, who she was officially affiliated with. The League rejected her offer to spy for it in exchange for secrets, so she contacted the Celebrants next, even pretending to worship Urgathoa to do so. They accepted. She was the one, apparently, who helped them arrange to close the bank. And she was very much looking forward to working for a new great faction, one that would be interested in the secrets around the bank's founding. Based off the note you found upstairs, though, you're not entirely sure if they actually were interested.
Yeah.
But that's the majority of what's down here. You guys spend a good 3 hours mostly reading drivel. Good times all around, though.
Have we been in our own lockbox yet?
You are not sure if you have a specific lockbox. You only have that key that seems to open the door to most of these vaults. You haven't specifically found... All of the lockboxes you've actually found have been opened and emptied out.
Mm-hmm. This guy's key opened, like, the secret room, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah, from what you guess, the Onyx keys that you have won are probably just general to open the vaults themselves, and then people would have an additional key, very likely, for their specific lockboxes.
It did ask us a password when we opened it, so it could be just a general key to get in, and then a password on the door per person.
Well, only the one that had this contract asked for a password.
Oh, true.
And you get the sense, had you not uttered the Builders League, secret response to their secret password asking, it probably would not have revealed the contract to you.
Makes sense.
Well, also, presumably, this place would have, like, workers and attendants and guards, like, escorting you down here.
Right. Yeah, it's... Like, they have the Waldorf and Statler as guards. There's the bank guy upstairs that you managed to convince let him pass. He's still expecting an eye, apparently, so...
I haven't found one yet.
You have not found another eye, no.
Was he expecting there to be one down here?
You're not entirely sure. I think so. You think so? But... Quite honestly, hard to tell. But he was expecting, it seems, to receive his other eye upon you all leaving.
And what level spell is Regenerate Limb?
I believe that is a 7th rank spell.
Hmm.
I don't think you're at that point yet.
No, probably not. Close.
Yeah, you're not too far off. You need to be, what, 15th level for that, and you're level 2? Only 13 more levels to go. If we do our average, that's, 52 sessions or so.
That's clean. That's easy. We can do that.
Yeah, just a year from today is when you might be around level 15. Easy. So, it is breaching about probably 7 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you're getting done down here. So, what would you like to do next?
Do we have any rooms left?
I think the moaning room was it.
Ah, yeah. Drag, you should be healed.
So everyone should be full.
Do we want to do any prep work before we went in there, or just want to kick down the door and hope for the best? And by we, I mean, Philip.
Philip?
Thanks. I think we're just kicking down the door and hoping for the best, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what prep work we can do. I'm fully healed. I've got my gun.
You could cast some buffs or something if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Sure, you're going to like Popper Claws or something.
The thing I don't have focus points for?
I mean, you just spent like 3 hours of downtime refocus.
Man, I haven't. I don't know how this works.
No one knows how this works.
Refocus is a 10-minute activity to get 1 focus point back. So,
Well,
it is.
I could spend 10 minutes not reading this drivel.
Yes.
Yeah. Give your mind a break.
Though I don't know how to actually do it to my sheet.
I gave it back to you already.
Oh.
It's just when you're looking at your spell casting for focus spells, after like 18 spell DC plus 8 roll, there is your focus pool, and it acts like your hero points. You left click and right click to add and subtract. So, good times all around.
Alright, I guess I'll... Which door are we going into? This one up here?
The one that's locked.
Well, that answers my question. I'll feed the mouth its treat.
The door unlocks.
I'm not supposed to be able to see that, am I?
I mean, you guys could hear the moans. Don't question how big it is.
I think I can see the face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny. You can.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can
I can
totally see the image
absolutely
on
make
it.
out the zombie icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's fucking weird.
You
Dude
know,
looks fucking nutto.
I'm gonna go on this side of the door.
I'm
Ugh.
on this side of the door.
Requiem up here.
I'm gonna throw it back. I'm gonna throw it open and immediately step
Yes,
back.
the hallway of light, the beam that I get.
I'm gonna open it and immediately step
Well,
back.
the moment you open it is the moment we're rolling initiative, so... Good
Fine.
try, fool.
Oh,
Look at all them zombies.
a lot of zombies.
It's not just one zombie, it's a whole regiment of them. Philip? I've already almost killed you twice. Are you sure you want to keep testing me? Because I'll kill you for real. I know where you live.
Where do I live?
Get B on the line. I've
Where do I
got a
live?
job for B.
I'm not getting my cat on the line. He's I think causing mayhem. He's being oddly silent.
I know. I need to change that.
What have you told my cat to do?
Cause problems.
No.
And I will continue to do that.
Damn it.
If you guys could roll initiative. As you open the door, Philip, and look into the room, you notice that there are no lock boxes. Instead, bone chips and bits of rotten flesh are smeared on the sort of door frame and the floor nearby. And there
Why don't I
are
have any alchemist's fire?
large number of zombies in here.
That would have made this so much easier if I had alchemist's fire.
It would. Unfortunately, you have gun.
Well, gun does work just as well.
It does indeed.
Speaking of gun...
Drag, could you roll initiative, please?
Oh, sorry. Let's click the button.
And we got a natural 20 and a natural 19 in initiative. Drag, that's a nat 1 for you. That's a free hero point. As
Have your consolation.
Asriel is actually up first.
God
I don't
damn.
like going last.
Aha.
Do you want to delay until after my turn so I can get out of the way? So I can fire a shot and get out of the way?
I'll delay until initiative 25.
Okay. Then Philip, you're up.
energy bullet
Mm-hmm.
fire.
Okay.
Taking a pot shot downrange.
Sounds good.
Oh.
That will not hit, just kind of whizzes between a bunch of the zombie heads.
And then I'll take a 25-foot, take a 15-foot move over there.
Okay.
And I will thoughtful reload. I'm trying to think of what I want to know. Weaknesses, resistances?
I mean, they're zombies, so probably don't resist much. Probably, at this point, considering how they're all together, kind of operating as a group, they're probably weak to, like, area and splash damage, as well as just general slashing damage. And of course, vitality is going to be effective against them.
That's against the law.
It is against... I mean, no one's down here. Who's gonna see?
The birds.
I'm not doing it. I'm an upstanding, law-abiding citizen.
Requiem Imperium Noctis would see.
That is...
And Requiem is probably a narc, let's be honest.
Requiem is here. You cannot talk bad about Requiem being a potential narc. Can neither confirm nor deny. It's not like she's already narked on Berlin to her family.
And to Berlin.
Azrael, you're up.
So if a spell targets one creature, can I cast it on a trove?
You can. Unless, is it a mental effect?
You know, it sure is. So they would, being zombies,
Yeah.
they would automatically pass.
They would, and things about troops and swarms in general is typically, unless you can target the entire token, they have a mind. Actually, I don't think troops typically have that. That's a swarm sort of thing.
I'm gonna pull out my skeleton and throw it at them.
Okay. That's fair.
Feel like this guy... What's your reflex, buddy? +8? Hell yeah. I'll throw a skeleton guard at the...
You think I'm going to be asking for saving throws?
Yeah.
You fool.
And then I think he immediately gets 2 actions, right?
He does.
Neat. Kill them. So he has... That is... Oh, I see, that is agile. Okay.
Yeah.
Do that, and then a map attack.
Target, please.
I did target it.
A 16 and an 8 will both miss, the 8 being a critical miss.
Oh.
The skeleton, unfortunately, does not do anything for you. And that will bring us to the Shambler Troop's turn. Well, you got me. I do need that skeleton to give me a reflex save.
Woo!
As they are going to perform their shambling onslaught. Oh, he's so fucked.
Can I hero point for the skeleton boy?
You may. Yeah,
okay.
It is a minion of yours. You don't want the free hero point?
No, I want him to live.
That's
I want my
fair.
spell slot.
You want that value. That is a success. He will take half damage here. This is bludgeoning damage, though, so... Takes 5 bludgeoning. Rip.
Oh, wait, half.
Yeah, he had 4 hit points, Jay.
Oh.
He's still dead.
No.
He tried his best.
My boy.
Like, the bunch of bone chips on the ground almost cobbled together around the skeleton you threw in there. Helped him stand up, he drew his sword, he made a slash, and then just got decked 20 times. And collapsed back into bone shards.
You know what I made them take their turn on that. That's fine.
They have 1 action left. Don't worry.
Okay.
And they're going to just move here with their troop movement. Sort of condense and filter out the door before beginning to fill the hallway around them. And these are a fun horde that can share spaces with others.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, that'll bring us to Requiem's turn. With, she has one spell left. Do you guys want her to use it here or save it in case a heal is, or a harm is needed?
Use it.
Yeah, full send it.
Alright then. Well,
Man,
she's gonna run over here, and she's gonna cast Runic Weapon on your gun, Philip.
Ooh!
Go ahead and grab that effect. And enjoy your +1 striking gun. And that does it for her turn. Drag, you're up.
I love Runic Weapon.
Well. Boop. Fuck it. Boop.
Flens! Go ahead and make your attack roll, sir.
Nice.
That will hit. Alright, dealing a total of 5 slashing damage to the horde of zombies. Very nice, which they do take quite a heavy amount of since it is slashing.
Yep. Job done.
Alright, Philip.
Well, I got a bullet in the chamber, and it's a Runic Weapon now, so,
Wahoo.
I have nothing to lose. Want to hero point that?
Okay. What
Fuck.
a shame.
Conjure bullet, second strike.
Go for it.
Fuck.
Philip, my guy. The Runic Weapon, it made it a little bit heavier than normal. You're not quite used to it. That will bring us to your turn, Asriel.
This is a tough one.
Hmm?
Is there any downside to being in the same space? Does it make the save harder or anything?
You don't know.
Zuka move its trick.
Okay. I will say that specifically taking 4x3 here to here. So,
Okay.
like, here would not be in its space either.
Okay.
Zuka fails to bite.
Do they have a soul? We don't know.
They do, because the magic does activate. It just whiffs.
I mean, because you're tough.
I also just don't think you're rolling well.
I
It is their
don't know
turn. They are going to use 2 actions for Shambling Onslaught here. I will need Zuka and Drag to give me a reflex save, please. Both of you roll exact successes.
Ooh.
So you'll both take half damage here. Half of 17. Drag.
Sorry. Is that my turn?
No, you gotta take damage.
Oh. Damage. Ouchie.
Half of 17.
Oh, half of 17.
Yeah, you succeeded.
Eh.
Alright. That will now bring us to Requiem's turn. Who is... Needle Darts or Divine Lance? Any preference?
No preference.
The darts. Oh, bam. Apparently Requiem can't hit either. She'll use her 1 hero point for the day. She's a pseudo PC. Gets 1. And she will hit for a total of 7 points of damage. And then she's just gonna back up a little bit further. That will bring us to your turn, Drag.
Okay. Oh.
The claws.
Fortunately, I can't ruin her body because I flinched, but this is fine.
And don't forget to grab the claws effect as well.
Oh, yeah. Grabbed the wrong one.
You should have both.
Hands occupied. Oh,
Yeah,
because
that's the issue with the staff.
that's what it was. Is it? I can't hold the stupid one hand.
Yeah.
You get to draw, but
I don't actually know how to fix that.
Yes.
That will not hit, unfortunately.
Philip.
Says who?
It says me.
Yes.
And the dice, more specifically.
Well, you know what they say. If you
The
take a
first you don't
penalty, it's
succeed?
guaranteed to hit.
No.
Yes.
You tried. All right. Philippe, we're back to you.
That's my name. God fucking damn it. Conjure bullet. Son of a fuck.
That's a hit.
I wanted a crit.
My guy, stop
14
complaining.
damage.
You got a hit.
I will always complain. And then I will thoughtful reload one more time. Yeah, I'll thoughtful reload one more time.
Okay.
High save, low save? I assume wills it's low save.
High save actually will.
Really?
Yeah. No, sorry. High size, I can't read. High save is reflex.
Okay.
Low save is fortitude for these guys. By the fact that they're kind of all as a troop, you get the sense, they've been decaying down here for a long time. Body's probably not in the best condition. They haven't had the opportunity to really perform any sort of upkeep or maintenance. So high reflex, low fortitude.
Fair
Just
enough,
looking at
I
them in
guess.
disdain. Such a waste.
Signature look of economic superiority. That will bring us to Asriel's turn, I believe.
All right.
Because it's set as base type claw, does that have an effect on it, really? So weird. Zuka.
Oh, not harm. Yeah, let me heal the thing real quick.
Yeah, go for
I think
it. I'd appreciate
this isn't going
it.
hard enough. Magic gun.
That is a hit for 6 points of
Ooh.
soul damage.
Soul damage. The
All
fun
right.
damage type.
Drag, I made your claws work while holding your staff now.
Ooh.
Bless.
On to
How to
the troop.
not drop my stick.
Yeah. It's really weird. For some reason, in just Foundry's coding, if it is set as a base type of claw, it inherently refuses to let you have anything in either hand to use it, which is wonky, to say the least.
Probably for battle forms and stuff.
Or it doesn't allow you to have things in two hands. So what I could actually do is that and set your relic as just worn instead of being held in a hand, because you can still be invested while it's just worn. Alright, let's see. What do I want to do here? unfortunately, these guys... Ooh, I also... from your last hit here, Azrael, you also did enough damage to them to make them shrink a bit.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Since these guys are, in fact, a troop, they do shrink as they die. And I believe they go from 4 to 3 to... the size was already wrong. God, whoever made the Foundry module for this fucked up. It will go down to 8 here. Or go down to 9 spaces. It's going to be a little smaller than your regular troop, okay? It is going to use 1 action to move over here, though. Just kind of filling the hallway up. And I will need its last action to be a save from Drag, Philip, and Requiem, please.
I'm good at these. I'm rolling like shit tonight.
You really are, Philip. Just barely failing, unfortunately.
I'm out of hero points.
Alright, that's going to be full damage to you then, Philip, but half damage to Drag and Requiem. And a pretty low roll. Would you like to take damage, Philip?
Yes, sorry.
Wow. Man actually wanted to take damage. Alright then. Requiem's turn. I mean, if at first you succeed, needle darts again.
That's what I always say.
This time she missed. Again.
Oh.
So she will continue stepping backwards. And bring us to your turn, Drag.
Stabbing time. They've all been saves, right? It's not been AC strikes on any of this.
I'm sorry?
It's all been saves against these things, not AC.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. You can still use shield to reduce damage, but its AC benefit will not help you at all. The 10 unfortunately will not hit.
And neither will the 2.
Neither will the 2.
How about this? The -5. Miss!
Unfortunately, the -5 causing it to not hit. But putting up your shield for that little bit of defense never hurts.
Are the claws not agile?
Hmm?
Are the claws not agile?
I don't believe they are. It is based off of Imperial Dragon.
They're finesse.
Yeah.
That's all I see.
Weird.
Let me check other claws real quick. Yeah. Claws as a weapon are typically just unarmed finesse, not agile.
Interesting.
For some reason. Which is very interesting, yes, indeed. I think special unarmed strikes, so aside from just your regular unarmed strike, none of them are agile. I think only like your technical fist unarmed strike is considered agile.
That would be like a higher damage type too, probably.
Yeah, I think it's because of that. Since they all end up dealing more damage than a base unarmed strike, they lose the agile trait.
That makes sense.
All right, that will bring us to you, Philip.
Take a full 15 feet move back. The Glock 9000. Yes!
Let's
so
go.
You hit specifically when you call it the Glock. Oh goodness,
yes!
That's a lot of damage. Ooh-wee.
I love the Glock. Can I actually extend my movement to my full 25 feet instead of that 15? you can say no.
Say yes.
It would still just be straight back.
I'll be nice. I'll say yes.
And then I'll do just a normal reload at the end of my turn.
Okay.
So I have no need to recall knowledge.
You don't want to... So you're just conjuring the bullet then?
Conjure bullet only lasts for the round. I can't conjure it. Wouldn't stay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Funny.
silly.
So no, I'm just reloading my gun normally.
Haha, wasting regular ammunition. Asriel, you're up. If you try and shoot it all, it will have cover against you.
That's rude to say. How about now?
No, it will not.
Okay.
There's too many zombies for it to have cover.
Well.
The lance.
Fine lance.
You have my lance. Apparently you left it at home today.
It's not even worth a hero point for 6 damage.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because it's their turn now.
That's okay.
And, you're just gonna move back here then. So I will need that save from you, Zuka, and Drag.
Now I have a hero point if I crit fail my save.
There you go.
Thinking ahead.
Is that what you're doing?
It almost rolled the one I watched it.
I love how you roll the 18 and 19 on your saves, not on your attacks.
Yeah. It was just...
Classy.
No one gets to do damage.
No,
but everyone
not at
gets to
all.
live.
This is how my combats always go. Would you mind saving as well, please, Drag? Drag?
Right.
Drag, don't leave us.
We lost Drag.
No.
Oh.
My
Well,
heart
we'll
can't
just
take it.
roll damage then, and Drag can roll when they return. Half damage to both of you, Asriel and Zuka, so 6 damage each. That's not a very half roll right there. Very nice. Alright. Bringing us to Requiem's turn then. Requiem. Yet again, needle darts. Kablam. Hitting. For 8 points of piercing damage. Alright. Drag, are you back with us?
I'm here.
Okay. So first and foremost, I do need a reflex save.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. I just didn't hear it.
Which will fail, so you would take the full 12 damage that was done. Would you have liked to shield block that to keep yourself up?
Yes.
Go ahead
I
and
don't know how that
undo
works.
that. Yeah, since
You
you
just
had...
press the block button.
I know there's a button, I just don't know what it does.
So block in the chat will be a toggle as long as you have a shield raised or the shield spell on you. So you block and then hit damage, and it will do all the damage applications properly. Just like that. And that does
near death.
That does shatter your shield spell. So you are now immune and cannot cast it again for 10 minutes. But it is your turn.
I don't like these things. Strength. Gotta hit one eventually.
Just like that. Very nice. Total of 7 points of damage. Goodness. Which becomes 12 after you apply your slashing. And because of that, That's going to end up shrinking it even further.
Nice.
As the vast majority of them are
Oh,
done
wait.
dusted.
There's more.
There's more.
There's not more.
We thought there would be more. You got one action left, though.
Yeah. The medic is back there.
Well, technically the medic is right here.
Well, the medic's locked himself in a room where he can't be seen by anyone.
That's fair.
Or could he retreat?
Medic, do your job.
I'm staying alive. That's my job.
You know what?
You are not alive, let's be clear.
Staying alive is my job.
Yeah, that wasn't
No,
happening.
it's not.
Unfortunate. A dirty one does not give you a free hero point back either.
Aw.
I feel like I should make that clear.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Azrael, speaking of the medic, it's your turn. Or sorry, it's Philip's
Ooh.
turn. I skipped over Philip.
Wow.
All right.
Philip doesn't
I've got
skipped over.
I've got a full gun. Hey, fuck you. I got a full gun. First shot.
Miss. Shit.
There's a hit.
I don't want it to be a hit, though. Uh-oh. There's like 4 zombies left.
Conjure bullet.
Uh-huh.
Second shot.
Is a hit. Reverse psychology is what works. Gotcha. You tried.
Third shot.
Is Azrael's turn. Oh, speaking of
Ouch.
which, you way no longer have your energy shot now.
Oh,
Keep
yeah,
forgetting
sorry,
it
I forgot
only
to go
lasts
to
for
that.
3 shots.
I keep forgetting to go to that. I think that third shot was my third shot.
Well, even missed shots will count, I believe.
No, it's only hit shots.
Is it?
I will read the ability, but I believe it is.
On your first 3 strikes of this encounter. It does not
I read that
specify
as
on your first 3 hits. Yeah.
I misread. I have been misunderstanding that ability.
Oops.
Zuka kill.
Zuka may try.
It was almost 20.
Almost.
Because
So
of the map.
close. Well, what will you do?
Correct.
That's fair. I don't blame you for that.
You know, if you were standing right here, I could see and heal you, but you're not. Gun.
Magic gun
Magic gun.
does not hit.
Hero point.
Okay. That is a hit.
Less.
Can you deal enough?
Yes.
How many hit points do you think it has?
Exactly 4.
You're damned right.
Woo!
Exactly
say it
4
only
hit
had-
points remaining.
You
With
did
that-
say it only had four
Yeah,
zombies left.
4 zombies left. With that,
Ugh.
the last zombie falls to the ground deceased. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So stand up, stretch, get some water, do what you need, and I will see you all in a few minutes. But welcome back, everyone. So, as the last zombie falls to the ground in front of you, what would you like to do?
3 wounds. Again.
On everyone?
Yeah.
You all just want to take another 2 hours or so to heal?
That's a lot of time.
It is. But I believe you have some people who are close to 20 hit points down. So, you could just do the rolling if you want to limit it to 1 treat wounds a person, though, for now, and see where that gets you.
Sure.
Okay. Gather up, everyone.
If she's gonna do, no, she used her last spell. I'm good to go near.
I can also just throw a bunch of horns, but I like saving those for actually in initiative. Just in case we need them. I just got paint all over myself, god damn it.
Just what?
I just got paint all over my hand.
You fool, why are you painting?
The bottle wouldn't shut.
Ah. That's fair.
Good old treat wounds. You must select a target.
Yes, who would you like to target first?
I want to select a target. I want to just press the button.
No.
I'm only trained in medicine, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You should not be able to hit expert until at least level 3.
Okay, let's take an hour.
Yeah, we'll pop a couple hours here. Everyone can just
Oh,
put themselves at
Christ.
full hit points.
Alright.
Not the 8-hour dungeon.
While Asriel is healing everyone else, Dragon Philip, what would the two of you like to do?
Rest.
Fair enough.
Did any of the zombies have anything good on them?
Give me that perception check.
While I heal myself up to full.
Sure. Believe it or not, they do.
Oh, I don't.
Poggers?
Never say that again. I will kill you in a heartbeat.
Poggers?
Dead.
Bones full.
You're too much of a coward to keep that.
Why are you being so antagonistic?
Honestly, I think it's fun.
You know what? You're right.
I love playing the villain.
Hold up. I can make this more final. There we go. Problem solved.
Please let me live, Mr. Jericho. I promise I won't bully you anymore.
I mean, what's in it for me?
Send you pictures of a cat.
Sold. As you look at the zombies, you notice that 4 of them have what look like matching onyx gemstones embedded in their foreheads. That looked like they could be solidly worth some coin.
Alright,
Does that
I'll try
symbolize
this
anything, or is it just like someone thought it looked cool?
Give me a recall knowledge.
Fair enough. Let me not target Drake.
That's a fantastic cat photo.
Thank you. I believe my debt is paid in full.
I want one more.
Did you see the other one I sent?
Yes, I did. I want 3.
Look at him.
Fantastic. Debt is paid.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Asriel, taking a look at these, you don't see or think there's really any sort of significance to these, no. Probably just, valuable gemstones. If you've got the money to spend, why not implant them into your
yeah, for sure.
undead legion?
Can I also do a recall knowledge on that?
I suppose.
Not close.
I hate you, by the way.
Oh!
What
did you do?
As far as you can tell, Philip, there truly is no significance.
Okay.
If anything, getting the most value out of them is probably what's going to be challenging, because removing them without damaging them could be a bit of a pain, and if you sell them as a matching set, they'll probably have better value. However, you're fairly certain no one's really gonna bat an eye if you just, beheaded the zombies and sold them as, pre-mounted.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Not a terrible idea.
You're fairly certain just about anyone would buy that without any issue.
Could even just take them home, decorate our house.
You could. But, with that roll, you'd say each of these gems is probably worth about 20 gold a pop, and if you sold it as a set, you could probably get 100 gold for them.
Okay, never mind.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of spleens.
That's a lot of spleens. They're worth 4 spleens each.
Ooh.
More than that as a set.
Yeah. You could sell that for the same as 20 of Philip's spleens.
I'm sure we get a set discount on the spleens too, though.
On selling spleens?
Yeah, if we turned in
How
like
many
20 spleens at
spleens do you
once.
think I have?
I mean,
One for now.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, Asriel said it himself earlier. You guys are, relatively close to 7th rank regenerate.
God.
Just,
can always grow
start
you a new one.
regenerating your organs and then selling them. Very cost-effective business.
That's gotta be like against the law somewhere.
I think. Well, is regenerate limb like some vitality shit?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh, then
Yeah.
yeah, it's against the law. It's explicitly against the law.
I was hoping I could catch you guys on that one.
Philip will never let you do that
black
to him.
market organ selling.
Yeah, the
and
black
Yeah,
market
yeah.
organ trade in Geb is a pretty lucrative side hustle.
A lot of fucking
All this entire campaign into breaking Geb.
a lot of fucking clerics of Sarenrae participate in it, using their fucking vitality and shit.
Clerics of harassment. A little cellar performing positive energy.
The hidden Pharasmans here. They have their own sects.
Oh god.
Alright. Well, everyone can heal themselves up to full in the interim while you think about that.
I'd like to imagine we have a conversation about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so, yeah.
And I have to remind you that it's illegal.
Like, oh damn.
I'm pretty sure that's hella illegal.
She was like, I'm fairly sure I've heard of regeneration magic before.
And I'm pretty sure I've heard it's vitality.
Damn it, all the best spells are. That's not true.
However, as a reminder for the Bloodlords campaign, just about any spell that specifically states it requires a living creature as a target, I'm just saying it targets one creature. So you can still target undead with it. Some of them won't really do anything still, because they deal void damage, but at the very least, you might be able to find some fun things and target undead with them.
So we just have the special Geb version that they cooked up here.
Exactly, yeah. Geb's secret recipe.
Yep.
Geb doesn't want to be fucking racist.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think that's one of the last things on his mind.
Well, yeah.
Man
seems like
was
a nice Geb's a nice guy.
Distraught over his boyfriend leaving him that he killed himself.
King, I would too.
And then came back as a ghost because he was so sad.
King, I would too.
So, granted, honestly, Geb himself isn't necessarily a bad person, considering he was a little upset by the fact that his entire population died during the war he started. Maybe.
They what?
Yeah.
Can't
Just
blame him
about
for
all
that.
of Geb died during the 1,000-Year War, and that's when he chose to resurrect a bunch of them as undead.
Oh.
And turn it into a nation of the undead.
Oh, they
Can't
weren't
blame him for
always a
that.
nation of undead, I see.
No.
Oh.
No, after the war, Geb just went, This might have been a bit too much damage.
Sometimes you go, I miss my boy toy. Oops, a little bit of necromancy.
Oops.
Haven't you ever missed a boy toy just a little bit?
I can't
I
say
certainly-
that I have.
I certainly all I'm going to say is I understand where Geb is coming from. He's got a supporter in me.
Never thought I'd see this side of Philip. Okay. Well then.
This isn't Philip, this is Destiny.
Oh no, I'm taking that in character.
I'll happily give it in character too.
Then it is Philip. Canon.
Philip is an ally. Forever and always.
And that real holds weight in Geb. Alright. Well, as you guys finish up your rest down here, hitting just after 9 p.m. or so, you reckon, what would you like to do?
Well, I mean, we've
Do we feel
gotten
like-
most of everything here. We should probably head back up.
Do we feel like we've explored everything except the big square that we should not touch?
Yeah, but we've been like explicitly told not to touch that, and I'm
Don't
not
flop
gonna.
with it.
We're
Yeah.
warned not to touch it, yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it.
There were a couple rooms upstairs you guys did not explore.
Yeah,
Good
let's
use
go.
those.
Let's go hit those.
However, there's also an eye you don't have.
It could be upstairs.
It could be.
Were we explicitly told it was down here?
I think the expectation was just when you returned, you'd come back up the stairs with his other eye.
Well, but we're not leaving yet. We're not going all the way back upstairs yet.
Where are you
Or
stopping
that
on
we
the
missed.
stairs?
Isn't there a floor above us that does not have the boy in it?
No.
Oh, I have vastly misunderstood this.
No, if you go up those stairs, you're looking at the boy in the eye.
Where have we missed?
There's some rooms upstairs you guys didn't go into.
It's the plasma fucking psychic bastard thingy. They have the eye.
Let me ask
The
the
what?
statues if they've seen an eye.
I'm not repeating myself.
I would like you to.
I don't think I can.
That's fair.
I think like legally.
Are you asking Statler or Waldorf if they've seen the eye? This is important.
One then the other.
Okay.
Statler first.
Do they heckle us while we ask them?
You know, I'm fairly sure I saw two of them things a while back. Yeah. The last people that came down here took them with them.
Great.
In red cloaks?
Yeah, them people. Wearing them red cloaks. Took the two eyes, among other things, with them, yeah. Anyway, is it time for us to get out of here?
Perhaps. Could you
It's a
see...
suspiciously inconclusive answer.
Thank you.
You're not thanked.
So how much of the pedestal do we have to carry back to get them to regenerate into them?
Yes.
The entire pedestal.
The entire
Great.
thing.
Which is
It
not
is.
like the statues that came off. Just the base.
Yeah, basically. Which is, pedestal with the big skull on it. Look like this. So, I'd realistically say 2 people per is enough. You guys, as a group, could carry them up the stairs with you.
Alright. How do we get the chest? Does that just like fit in a backpack or
Which chest?
the silver one?
Oh, yeah, it's not big. You could fit it in one of your guys' pouches
Okay.
without much issue.
Neat.
Yeah. That's just a box.
Box.
You guys could also make multiple trips up and down the stairs as needed. I have come to the understanding in my games that when I put things in people's stash, like if you go through a horde of monsters and you take all their weapons, and you don't have something like a spacious pouch, I just kind of operate under the assumption that you probably all leave it at the entrance as you're going, or like pile them up in the corner of rooms so when you're on your way out you can just start grabbing as you go.
Yeah.
Instead of actually carrying it all with you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Because that's not really feasible. I don't have enough hands to hold all 11 spears I've looted off those kobolds.
It's a lot of spears.
It's a
But I can
lot
tie
of
them up
spears.
twined and I carry them in a bundle when I'm leaving.
Yeah, but can I also... Yeah, I can do that. Carrying, all 6 sets of leather armor they were wearing. It's a bit much. But I can just, sling them over a shoulder on my way out.
Mm-hmm.
So... Alright.
We should get like a horse or something for him to keep carrying like piles of stuff when we leave places.
Get a spacious pouch.
Those are expensive.
It's only 75 gold.
That's a lot of money, Drew. Jericho.
It is a lot.
It's a lot more expensive than a horse. Maybe, I don't know. Unless it's like a quick horse, this might be a premium.
Yeah, you get skeleton horses here, which, hey, just, stick shit in their rib cages. Extra carrying capacity
Breach
is
front.
what I think. All right. Anything else down here, or do you guys just want to head upstairs?
I think we're heading upstairs.
Yeah, I think we're.
Wait, was there any red cloaked corpses down here?
There was. There was the
Psychopomp
one in the Psychopomps room, and there was the one in the vault that had the shipments.
Did we search them for stuff?
You did.
I search him again and look specifically to see if they had the eyes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another perception check then. And Drag, don't forget to heal yourself up to full.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like a little hidden pocket or something.
Ooh.
Jacob, I left that hit on 1 HP.
Yeah.
Just 'cause of that roll, I am going to say that you do find one.
Let's go.
In the pocket in the room that had the Psychopomp, you find a single smoldering orange eye.
Let's fucking go.
Congrats on your nat 20, sir.
Nice.
I think that is absolutely worth finding that eye and potentially avoiding a fight with Mr. Bodak upstairs.
We could probably take him, but he's such a nice guy. I don't want to have to kill him.
Is that what he is to you? A nice guy?
He's been nothing but polite.
He's
just down on his luck is all.
Is that so?
He's a con. Are you gonna tell me he's not a con feller?
He's like a dog, like a guard dog. You leave in a house and like abandon the house, and he just sits there like eating scraps for like a year, and someone tries to come in and take like, he just growls at him. But you like throw a scrap at me down, and he's like, "Can I have my bone? Like I lost my tennis ball. Can you bring my tennis ball back?"
He's
And
a
then you
good
do.
boy, Jericho.
You're just making me sad.
That's what happened to him.
Taking his goddamn eye.
He's just a little lost puppy.
He's just a guy.
Got left chained up in the backyard and they moved.
Yeah.
Oh my gods. All right then. Well, you know what? Have fun dealing with your backyard chained up puppy. As you guys make your way up the steps, carrying the pedestals with you, and the Bodak just kind of stands there still. And as you come up around the spiral up towards the top, he just steps forward and reaches out one long clawed hand towards you. Moans out something none of you understand.
I think we'll have handed the eye to Requiem, because Requiem was the one that was friends with him.
Requiem will very gingerly pantomime finding it and hand him the eye. And he'll take it very gently, look over it, give it a sniff, give it a couple test licks, do a couple nods to himself, stick the eye back in his socket.
Let's go.
And you watch him blink a couple times. Head kind of shakes. It's like, when you just kind of like get the jitters for a half moment.
Mm-hmm.
Drink something that's like a bit too sour almost, or too sweet. And then, in common...
Oh!
Thank you for that. Very much appreciated.
You're very welcome. Do you feel better?
Much, thank you. The conditioning that those bank owners tried to instill in me had some lasting effect, but really, you have no idea how much losing your eyes will drive one mad. Imagine being stuck here, unable to see pretty much anything for... Oh God, how long has it been?
About 2 years.
Well, that's not as long as I thought it was. I thought it had been a decade at least. But, well, you see just how quickly one loses their mind. So, yikes. Well, thank you for that. Did you find what you were looking for?
Look at group, kind of shrug. Maybe?
Well, there you go. Well, tell me, you haven't happened to see any Serenites around here, have you? In your
Remind
explorations?
me out of character what that is?
Worshipper of Serenray.
Not that they've announced themselves.
Pity. They were the ones who stole my eyes. Something about attempting to restore my soul. I have a soul, thank you very much.
The Red Cloaks are worshippers of Saren, right?
No, so that's
Or there's
disconnect in
another
communication. I lost my eyes long, long ago, before the bank shut down. Believe it or not, I used to be much stronger. Would have been head of a royal's guard. Once the Serenite removed my eyes and drained me of some power, unfortunately I lost my previous position, relegated to bank guard. What a shame. But, well, things have happened, and I suppose, well, hopefully they're still alive. So I can rectify that, and if not... Well, I do know a couple necromancers. I hope they're still dead. I guess I have to go back to some old contacts. Anyway, thank you for finding my eyes, and... Names. I am Akarab. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll look at the slate bell. Azrael.
A strong name.
Philip.
Philip? A less strong name.
Brag.
Oh, that's a strong name.
Requiem Imperium Noctis.
That's too long of a name. Shorten it and come back later. Well, anyway, I suppose I owe you one for this. I do have something I need to go do, though. Now that I have eyes, like I mentioned, I can actually find my way out of here. I do see a door.
What's the name of the building we were given?
Kulak Manor.
So we're staying at Kulak Manor if you wish to find us again.
I do not know that place, but I'm sure I can ask people and find out.
It's just south of the city.
Just south of the city, all right. Well, I shall be off. If you have a need of me, don't contact me, I'll find you, maybe. We'll find out. Should we meet again, that's fate for you.
Farewell.
Farewell. And Akarab will make his way out. Oh god.
What have you done?
What did you do?
He triggers the cockatrice.
No!
I completely
The
forgot.
inside, really?
It's been longer than 24 hours.
Oh, not the... He's got, like, the security code. Come on, he's an employee.
Do I hear yelling and screaming? We should probably go fix that.
As you guys, like, take a minute to reflect on what just happened, you see the door open, and it kind of briefly passes your mind that, wait a second, isn't that where the cockatrice summoned last time? And all of a sudden you hear, oh! Ha ha ha! Something to test my fists against!
Oh no.
God damn it.
And then a very loud smacking sound. I actually want to see. Let's pull up some stats
my
real
god.
quick. Just assuming he goes first. Does he manage to insta-kill it? Probably not. They're the same level.
Oh, wow.
Which he should actually, technically having his eyes back, I should give him the elite stat profile here.
Nice.
So, let's see. If he just decks a cockatrice real quick. Ah! That's a crit on his first hit with a natural 19 on the die.
Beautiful.
For 22 points of damage. Yeah, his first attack deals half the cockatrice's health. Just grabs it by the throat. And,
what a good day.
Does get his death grip off.
I'm so glad we didn't fight it.
Does he get a fortitude save? Oh, the cockatrice fails its fortitude save, becomes drained. Lovely.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, Akrab absolutely just bodies the cockatrice real quickly. If you guys, like, run over to take a look, you instantly see it just beat up, held in his hand, and he just crushes its neck, and it dissipates back into magical energy.
Well done.
I was hoping for a bit more of a challenge. First time fighting with my eyes in who knows how long at this point.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll find some outside. Just past these doors. Walks outside. Oh, what are you doing out here?
Oh my god!
He's gonna clear the whole map for us. I love him.
Yeah, he's just gonna start. He's gonna go to town on the finger bones outside.
Oh, God.
We should probably follow him out, you know? Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to check the other rooms? These are the two you have not gone into yet.
Yeah, I'll hit him on the way. Well, I will attempt to find a door. Oh, look, a door.
Yeah,
That one's locked.
it is locked.
Hello.
Perhaps you have a
This
key
one is
for
not.
it.
This one's open.
I was about to describe what you see, Drag, and then I remembered.
Fucking nothing!
Okay,
The
I'll
one
head
sees
over to
you.
No, looking into that room as you open the door, it actually appears to be an armory of some sort. Empty armor and weapon racks kind of lining all the walls, heavy oak cabinet occupying one of the corners, carvings of cavorting imps seemingly sort of covering the cabinet doors.
Anything inside the cabinets?
Well, there's a padlock on it.
Hello.
However, the padlock, same material and sort of designs as the small silver key that the bank manager's corpse had.
Oh. Insert name whoever picked that up.
Party stash.
Fair enough.
Just
Pull it out with magic pockets and insert in door.
padlock opens. Surprise, surprise. Are you opening up the cabinet?
Yeah.
Give me a reflex save.
No.
You don't actually have to.
Okay.
I just wanted to call you out on not checking for anything.
Because you auto-fail.
Ooh. No, taking a look in the cabinet, you actually do find a couple of things. What appears to be a scimitar, well crafted, though the blade appears to be coated with a much shinier, kind of like silver looking alloy. There's a chain shirt in here. There's something that you all very easily recognize as a minor oil of unlife. There is a number of gold pieces just kind of scattered along the bottom of the cabinet. And affixed to the chain shirt is this small alabaster pendant that's kind of stylized into the form of a crying angel.
Fascinating. Is that a religious iconography?
You may attempt to recall knowledge if you would like to try and identify it. It does not have any immediate iconography that you're aware of.
It's like a crying angel.
It is.
Do I recognize the
You do recognize it. It's not any religious iconography. This is instead a magical talisman
Oh.
that, when attached to armor, you may use when you critically fail a check to administer first aid to turn the critical fail into a regular fail.
Ooh.
It is a one-use item, and then it will lose its magical properties and break.
So it turns a critical fail into a regular fail?
Yes. Just for administer first aid, though, not on treat wounds. So if you're doing, like, a stabilize check, you may use it.
Is that what you would use for, like, treating persistent damage, too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the stabilize and stop bleeding options are what it would be on. So, and crit failing either of those, if you were attempting to stabilize, you instead increase their dying value on a crit fail.
Oh.
And if you were attempting to stop bleeding, they would immediately take their persistent bleed damage.
Ah.
Which I would also say administer first aid would... I like to extend it to just about all persistent damage, not just bleeding.
That makes sense. Whichever one you're treating.
It falls under, like, assisted recovery, almost. I just treat it as an administer first aid, kind of the same. Especially in Geb, since, you know, only one of you can actually bleed at the moment. So, yeah. I'm not going to require a roll for it, just because it's, like, the scimitar, it's silver. Like, I didn't really have a good way to describe it that would be mystified. It's just low-grade silver alloy over it.
That's cool.
So, something else worth a decent chunk of change.
Is there a high population of lichens in Geb?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a super high population, but there's a decent number of them.
But compared to, like, other countries?
Yes, compared to other countries, there would be a high amount. But compared to your more common dead, they'd still be a relative minority here in Geb. They're also not very... They're still not very public about it in Geb. They, like... They'll show it off. Like, if it happens, it happens. They're not going to go out of their way to hide it, but they're also not going to go out of their way to show it off.
They're just gonna walk down, like, the street as a half-transformed.
I mean, they might.
Eh.
But they wouldn't, like, in first meeting say, by the way, I'm a lichen. I will transform. It would just be like, like, if it comes up in conversation, they'd, like, mention doing something when they were transformed at one point. You'd be like, oh, wait, you were a lichen? And they'd be like, oh, yeah, did I not mention that? Sorry.
Okay.
Forgot. It's just normal here. So, yeah, that's about it. Anything else you guys would like to do in the bank?
With the locked room, right?
You do have a locked room, and you're not sure you've got a key for it.
I would like to reopen the bank and start taking new customers.
Are you part of the Builders League?
Somebody here was, but I think they're dead.
They're not dead. They're just gonna leave.
I mean, they are dead. They're vampire. Come on.
That's fair. They're also gonna die on the road home, but...
What?
See, I told you!
No!
Look, I have to sate my bloodlust somehow.
I told you! I knew
Our
it!
boy.
Tried with Philip today, and I failed. I was also on your guys' side. I was trying to get you a spleen.
The last thing I will ever do in this campaign is die. That will be my final act.
You gotta live on 1 HP at least, like, 2 more times.
Philip dies, just instantly quits the campaign, leaves the Discord.
Yes.
What a power
Clearly
move.
that would be my course of action. And not just make some other fuck-ass character.
It's Philip's
You know what?
long-lost cousin.
You know what? No, if Philip dies, I'm playing as his boss.
Oh my god.
The one you're trying to kill?
Please kill that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. My next character is Calvax.
Now it's a race to see which one dies first.
Is that allowed?
I wouldn't necessarily stop you. I'm not sure the party would want to deal with him, though, after everything they've heard Philip complain about.
I think that'd be funny.
Does Calvax have aspirations to become a Bloodlord and the willingness to sacrifice unlife and limb in the process?
And he doesn't.
You know what? Yeah, he does.
Alright,
He's just a dick about it.
Fair enough.
Just because you were a bad guy does not mean you have to be a bad guy.
Thank you, Wreck-It Ralph.
Alright. Did someone want to try picking that lock, or no?
I guess I can.
There's my lawful evil character.
Steers a gun.
Do we really want
I wasn't talking about this one.
to see what's in this room?
Yeah.
I will attempt to pick this lock.
Give me that thievery check.
Blind?
Nope. Well,
I can never remember which public it was
and,
not.
you know, if you wanted to, there is specifically pick a lock under your basic action macros that you can use. But a 22 is absolutely more than enough. It's not a very challenging lock. In just under a couple seconds of effort, it comes unlocked with a click. Click!
I'll check for traps.
Go for it. Damn it. You caught me. There's nothing there.
I'll push the door open.
Okay. You fool. It's a kitchen.
Fuck. I'm trapped by societal convention now.
You can see what appears to be a pretty large stone oven. Storage cabinets and racks. That's about it.
Alright.
It's a
anything of value I can see?
A perception check. Yeah. Most of the cookware is simple and just functional here, but sifting through it, you do notice what appears to be a very nice wooden box made out of this like dense, aromatic, dark wood. Probably on its own worth something, but inside of it is this hand-carved bone soup ladle with a silver handle. That's probably worth a very nice chunk of change.
Yeah,
or you can keep it.
I think our hand would appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give the ladle to the hand.
You're going to give the ladle to Argon?
Well, yeah.
The Annihilator?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can annihilate some stew.
Yeah.
He will be very appreciative of that.
Good.
We never figured out if he was the Annihilator of stew or the Annihilator of kitchen tools.
He is the
Could be the
Annihilator
Annihilator
of men, thank you very much.
Yeah, but how many men has he really annihilated? Like, can we get a count?
I mean, if you ask him, he's gonna tell you a couple thousand. He lost count after 2,000. So, you don't know. But
I've got some questions for him when we get home.
like what? That's scary to say.
Wouldn't you like to know, Mr. DM?
You know what I would?
They can prep the answers ahead of time.
I have another group for one of my other games that directly has a group chat that they can make plots without sharing anything with me and hit me in blindside.
You know, see, you've made one mistake.
By sharing that?
Yeah,
you told us about this.
I have, but are you actually going to act on it?
Probably. Probably not, actually. I'm lazy as fuck.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
You should just make a room in here for that, but just tell you not to look at it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be fine with that.
It's just everyone plotting the new person's death until they show up, and then they start plotting the GM's death instead.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do in the bank? Are you good to head back to Graydirge? Do you want to head back to your manor to rest for the evening?
Go home.
Go home it is.
Yeah, I think we can just go home.
Sold.
I'm gonna go kick the chicken first.
There is no chicken.
That's a fun euphemism.
The cockatrice?
Yeah, the cockatrice dissolves back into magical energy when it's killed.
Yeah.
No corpse left behind.
But is there a goop pile?
There's not.
I'm gonna kick the door then.
That's fair. Yeah, because, otherwise summoning runes would be infinite wealth if you could sell, like, the corpses at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, magic has standards, thank you very much.
We'll leave it to Geb to create an infinite money glitch.
Look, I just assumed there'd be an ash pile. Okay.
Nope. The residual magical energy just dissipates back into the atmosphere, such that it can be drawn upon for other things. It's a recursive loop of energy.
It sounds dangerously like a infinite energy thing. I forget the name.
Welcome to the weave.
Well, as you all make your way home, set up your nice, beautiful pillars outside for Statler and Waldorf to regenerate themselves and get used to their new homes. Anything else you'd like to do today?
The ladles were Mr. Friend.
As you hand the ladle over to Argon, he just kind of stands there for a moment in silence. You got this from me?
We got that for you.
Why?
Do you not want it?
I mean, I suppose I can use it as a weapon. But,
I mean,
it's not a very strong-looking weapon, is it?
Well, no, but a combatant is as notorious as you should have a gilded weapon to carry around when outside of battle.
You saw my painting downstairs, didn't you?
Yes.
You saw the halberd I had?
Yes. Can you hold a halberd now?
I bet I could. Do you have one?
Hands him a stick.
How big?
It's scroll staff.
Okay. Let's see. Let's click. He quickly, climbs up and is holding on to it about halfway before it tips over and falls on the floor, with him still holding on to it. And then just,
you think you can hold
rocks back onto his wrist slightly, just barely lifting it off the ground, and just kind of, rocking back and forth, trying to lift it up. See? I'm holding it.
This does not count.
Okay, look. You don't have to discriminate just because I don't have any biceps right now. I'll get them back eventually, I promise. Been working at it. Do you see? Look, I got at least a couple centimeters of my wrist back. I'm regrowing slowly.
I'm gonna sew this man onto a body.
I would like to make a medicine check to call his bluff.
Go for it.
If he actually is telling the truth, I will be very impressed.
He might be.
Not sure.
You don't know. You'll have to observe longer. You make a very adequate, just surreptitious mark on the flesh where the wrist ends. So you can check later next time he claims it's grown again.
Excellent.
I'll take the ladle, but I'm not serving any of you. Let's be very clear about this, okay? I'm gonna use this to crack skulls. Not to eat soup.
Look, it's the perfect sized weapon to crack rat skulls.
Truly.
You know what? I didn't think about that. That's not a bad idea. I'll have to find me some rats to try it on. Alright, you got me this time. Next time I want a better weapon, though. I'm gonna go absolutely ham on big
There's a
things.
gunman. Gotta give him the Galactopus.
Can you imagine just a hand walking around with a flintlock?
Uh-huh.
One shot, one kill.
I don't know how he's gonna reload the damn thing, but for the one shot.
Okay, fine. Get him like a repeating crossbow. He has 5 shots.
There you go.
Then he's screwed.
Maybe that's 5 more attacks than he can make with a bow.
Yeah. All right.
You know, one like the late in flintlocks that had like actual bullets instead of just like a powder and a ball.
Those don't exist yet. Let's calm down.
We need Gunzinkers 2 to come out for that one.
Yeah. We're stuck with the low quality stuff for now. You can give him like an air repeater. That'll at least have a couple shots, I believe.
Like, whoa, what is this? Cased ammunition?
I just want a magazine-fed weapon. That's all I want.
A belt-fed gun in
I
Pathfinder.
didn't say belt-fed. I said magazine-fed.
I mean, hey, if we're getting magazine-fed, we might as well go all the way.
Don't they have Gatling guns?
They might actually have one. I don't think so.
You shot us with one.
You know what? You're right. I did. But that's not like an official gun that was just specific to that campaign. More of a additional attack that was added on to the NPC stat blocks than anything else. I could use it for stats. Just 60-foot cone of bullet.
Basically a siege weapon.
Yeah, basically.
Look, the Maxim machine gun was invented in 1884, okay? We can get there.
We have the technology.
We're working.
They had a fully automatic machine gun before they had fucking rifles.
Gods of Magic actively working to suppress firearm technology.
You know what? In the inner sea region, they might not have this, but I guarantee you if you head over to Arcadia, they've already got that shit on lock.
They don't want the smoke.
And powder.
Exactly.
Well, I think as you all rest for the night and are more than welcome to go ahead and hit your long rest buttons here, having made it out of the bank, made it home with a chance to rest and relax before going and maybe identifying some stuff, maybe selling some stuff tomorrow, you do still have the Bone Shards hideout to check out, potentially, if you still wanted to. But that is where we're going to go ahead and end the session for tonight.
Right.
So,
Good
It's
session.
like I'd like our new player before we attack, the mercenary.
yeah.
Yeah.
The gang. The
The
small-time gang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Could be fun to have someone on board with that.
yeah.
Can't call any gang like small time gangs now. You gotta be wary of every gang. Like they took over Haiti yesterday. Like, I mean,
What?
oh yeah, Haiti collapsed.
Oh no.
Well, let's leave that for that out-of-game discussion. Thank you all for playing. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next week.
All right.
Have a good one.